up, everyone? Welcome back to another CJ Bricks episode. And today, we're going to explore more into the customs and kind of mock side of LEGO Star Wars. So, as you kind of seen in one of the previous videos I did, I built Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter with Jedi Bob Starfighter and that like blue racing plane set. Well, today, we're not going to use just one ATT. No. I actually have another. Boom. Right here. But before we go over what we're going to do with those two ATTs. Oh no. Before we can get into what we're doing with both ATTs, I want to get into just the set itself. The set is an absolute banger of a set. Came out in 2022, I believe. And it retails for about 140 bucks. You can find this set for way less than $140 on the secondary market. I tell you what, the first one I bought at 120 bucks, I want to say, with all, this is the first one I bought with all the figures. These aren't the figures that came with this one, but I got all the figures, the droids included, the dwarf spider droid, all of that, all the clones and the build and the instructions for 120 bucks. I've since bought the one back there, and that one didn't have a cannon. I bought it from one of my friends. I bought that one for like 60 bucks because it didn't have any of the figures. It was just the build and it was missing the cannon. So I bought that one for like 60 bucks, spruced it up, made it my own. It looks really good. I tiled it all off. It looks really, really nice. And then I bought today a third one, yes, 3 for $100, and that also came with all of the figures that you see right here. So these 5 figures came with the one I bought today for 100 bucks, and I also got the box and the instructions, which is a huge steal. But anyways, moving in to kind of the figures, you get Commander Cody, which is one of the best Phase 2 clones that we've gotten in probably ever, except for the Captain Rex. It's pretty good as well. But you also get 3 212 troopers, and you also get a clone gunner. All the figures really good. They're really, really detailed. The only thing I have is like on the point or the helmets of the 212th, their helmet like thing doesn't come to a point. It kind of just stops, which is kind of lazy by LEGO, I guess. But the gunner looks really good, and like they all have like battle damage as well, which looks really, really good. Now the build itself is an absolute beauty. I'm gonna take this box out of the way so we don't have to get this out of the way. We'll go over the box here in a second. But the build itself has a rotating cannon on top, and it goes up and down, which isn't really accurate to what the ATT does. The one I have built back there is a little bit more accurate, and I'll show that one at the end compared to what we're going to be building, which you might have seen that already in the title. But it opens up all the way. There's an interior in here. I mean, it's beautiful. You can open the back up. There's another interior in here. I'll kind of give a little close-up here in a second of what I'm talking about. But it's really playable, and it's really, really good. And there's also, the front can come off here, and there's a little driver's seat as well in there. But other than that, really, that's all the play features. Oh, it also has a carrying handle, which is really nice for just carrying it around. And then the legs just kind of move around and all this stuff. But moving this off the screen here, getting into the box. This set comes with 1,082 pieces. So not like insane. 9 plus, it's set number 75337. Like I said, retails for about 140 bucks. Brand new. But even in brand new condition, I found this set for way less. The ATT Walker 9 plus, and then there's all the figures. You technically also get 3 battle droids and a dwarf spider droid build, but nobody really cares about that crap. But that's really it. The box art really, really cool. Moving into the back though. There's like more like the play features. It shows you can kind of open the back up, the cannon rotating, like kind of the inside with the seats and the gun and the driver's seat, more like the little specs and all that stuff. But overall, this is probably one of my favorite sets that I actually own, and that's why I also have 3 of them. But this thing right here is just great. Like, it's probably one of the best play sets that LEGO's really ever done in a minute. So without further ado, folks, let's get into what we're really here for. So why do I have 3 of these? Well, I wasn't gonna buy the third one today, and then I came across the video while I was just I was like, wait a minute, I think there's a cool alternate build that you can do when you get two of them. Well, between Solid Brick Studios, which I have some cool stuff coming from Solid Brick Studios that you guys are gonna see in a future video, and I may or may not have something to do with the Coruscant Guard gunship, but I have a really cool thing coming from that. But I also watch his videos all the time. He's a great YouTuber. Go check him out. I'll link his channel in the description below. But he's probably one of my favorite YouTubers for like just Lego Star Wars stuff in general, just because he's so real with everything and really cool guy and all this stuff. And then, but he has a really cool website called Minifigs for You, so go check that out. I'll link that down in the description as well. But he made a video on what you could do if you could have combined two of these things, and the build is absolutely insane. You can build an AT-OT. Yes, an AT-OT. Just like the one that came with the dropship. Now, we're not going to be building a dropship, and I will tell you right now, we are not building a Coruscant Guard dropship. That is not happening. I'm not buying two Coruscant Guard gunships. But we're going to be building that AT-OT from the video with that he kind of builds. It's not the one that he builds. It's the one that Sawyer Studio builds. I will also link his channel down in the description. But Sawyer Studios kind of takes reference from what Solid Brick Studios does, and he makes a really, really good, really, really detailed AT-OT, and it combines pieces from two of these. Now, I'm going to probably make a couple modifications of my own to his AT-OT, just because there's a couple things that I don't really like with his model, but I will be using the pieces from these two and leaving my other AT-TE, so that way I'll have something else that I'm not going to name yet, and an AT-TE and an AT-OT. So I'll have kind of a little bit more diverse, because I really didn't want to have three of these, but now I've kind of found a solution for it. So without further ado, though, I need to get into breaking these down. I'm not going to film that part. You probably don't want to see me just tear these apart and put them all in bins and everything. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then once I start, I will kind of get into building this, and I'll also link the rebrickable Sawyer Studios rebrickable page for building the AT-OT at the in the description. And then at the end, we'll go over kind of a comparison with my AT-TE that I have, and then I'll also show you kind of some features that I've put on it, and show how it compares to this. And then I'll also be showing off the AT-OT and all the things that it can do. So, forgot that real quick. I'm going to show off kind of the little figures first. The Cody that comes with the AT-TE, very good, super detailed. Like I was telling you, a little battle damage. It's got his nameplate on there. The only thing I don't like is the printed jetpack, so I'm probably going to order one for my other Cody that I already have. I have 3 of these now, so I'm going to have to get rid of a couple of them. But I wish they did have the jetpack, so I'm probably going to order that piece and maybe a little CAC visor for him as well. But moving in, you get 3 of these guys. These are 212 troopers. They're really good looking, battle damage, but you kind of see what I'm talking about with the helmet. Like, it's supposed to come to a point there at the helmet, but for some reason it doesn't, and I don't know why. So, but other than that, these guys look really, really good. And then the last figure you get is obviously some battle droids, but also you get this guy, the gunner. He's got like that little satchel on him and the cool little designed helmet, back printing as well. Moving into the AT-TE though, like I said, cannon can swivel and the gun moves up and down. You can take the front panel off, and there's not really much inside of there. It's really just on here. There's little joysticks and the seat and everything, and that just slides in on a rail, just like that. They have ball turrets on the front, 4 of them. You can swivel them around. The legs move side to side. Carrying handle right here in the middle, and then this hatch flips up. You can kind of see there's just a little seating area in there. Not much, not too crazy. And then they also have a seating area back here. You pop this one off with 2 more ball turrets, so you can kind of swivel around. And this pops off and goes down, and then this can come up. And there's like a real big seating area. You can put like 5 or 6 clones back there. And all the panels like open up too. So on the front and the back they do that as well. So you can really like play and get into this set, which is really, really cool and a really good design by Lego. But that's really it for this. So I'm gonna get these broken apart and we'll get to building. Alrighty, so I just finished taking apart all of the pieces. Both ATTs have been fully broken down. A lot of parts. A lot of parts. But, anyways, I'm going to get the rebrickable set up, and I'm going to roll the time lapse, and let's get to building. Alrighty, guys, here she is. Boom. All done. See some of the features. You got a bunch of seating back here. This handle just come up. It's for a different build. Like there's just like a drop ship thing you can build, but you can also use it as a carrying handle. Carry it around. The pilot area opens up. You can see inside. Cool little area in there. Pain in the butt to get back on. No, I'm not gonna lie. Moving into the front though. Some ball turrets. I did add these ball turrets. These aren't actually in the instructions. I just wanted some more maneuverability out of these cannons in the front. So I just added some ball turrets on a pin. They work just fine. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this is this front cockpit design is not, it doesn't stay straight very well. But like there, it's straight right there. But I also added on these little like side things. So I was looking at some pictures of the ATOT, and like it has these like little side things. So I just kind of added those on. Has like an after build thing, but it's not really complicated. All the legs move. You can move them all. Small details of the little seats. These are little weapon holders. You can put their weapons in. The back, there's a ramp that folds down. It's pretty cool, and then you can just fold it back up like that. 2 more ball turrets on the back. Move it around. But that's really about it. Cool build. I mean, in scale, let me go grab my ATT real quick. Here's a little size comparison. So, I mean, pretty close in size, to be honest. Like, not like terrible. The ATT is just a little bit shorter and a little bit wider, but it's also the ATT is always wider. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty close, and it looks really, really good, I think. The only thing I don't is a little bit of the cockpit area. I'm going to try to redesign that just a little bit, kind of help stabilize this build out a little bit. But the chair and seating arrangements, there's little spots for those guns. I mean, it's really just an overall really, really good build. But there is a ton of extra pieces I have no idea what to do with. So I'm going to try and see if I can build anything with this. But that's really it, though. I mean, beautiful build. Really big shout out to Sawyer Studios for making these instructions free on Rebrickable. But that'll be it. So let's hit the outro. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I hope you all enjoyed the kind of mock series of just kind of building some of like, not sets necessarily, but like rebuilding sets into something different. How we did like with the Plo Koon starship. But I really enjoy building these. It does take a lot of time to do it. Like this one took a lot of hours. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. There is a couple spots where it's kind of a little rocky with like the construction, but other than that, I mean, this is just a really, really good build, I think. It can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 clone troopers, plus you can probably put like 1 or 2 in the cockpit up there, but overall, I think this thing's great, and it looks really good, and it'll look really good on my shelves. So, well, without that, again, thank you to Sawyer Studios and Solid Brick Studios for kind of making those videos and instructions to build this thing. But with all that being said, that'll wrap it up for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more content. But that's all I got today, guys. So, see you in the next one. Peace.